Okay, so here we are, we're recording, yes. It's the GH5, it's a bit hard to tell when you're actually recording. And we're on the 15mm f1.7, but I'm filming at f11 here. And today's little excursion is all about testing the microphone. I'll try and put it in the description, I forgot what brand it is. But it's an orange coloured one and it's very windy, and I want to get some experience with using these dead mice or dead rat baffles, microphone baffles. And so the setup is the mic, it's going in an adapter because it's like a 4-point connector, and I think it's going to a 3-point adapter on the GH5. I'll check that and put it in the description. But yeah, I tested it at home, and without the adapter the audio was like almost inaudible. So I tried one of my older cheaper mics, like a $2 job the other day, and I got home and there was no audio at all, even though I had tested it. So yeah, just trying to scrap out the dodgy microphones, guys. And we've got a large bird over there cruising on the sort of rising air current. We've got a westerly, pretty strong westerly coming from over there. And just seeing how the audio comes out. I've got the mic about 6 inches, probably 6 to 8 inches below my mouth, and it's just clipped to the neck strap of the camera. And I took the foam cover off the mic. I had to take that off to get the dead mouse on. It's just a little dead mouse, about 4 or 5, probably 4 centimeters across, if that. It's not one of the really big ones, and it's pretty bloody windy. So this is, I wouldn't say as bad as it could get, but it's pretty bad. I've sort of got my back to the wind here, but as I turn around to my left, by the way guys, this is where I want to film one of the movies that I've got sort of very loosely planned in my head. Now the wind's really howling, and I'll face the wind here directly, see how it sounds. But yeah, this is public land. It's this very extensive sand dune area. And I am at 15mm on the Micro Four Thirds system, so it might be looking a little bit bigger than it really is. But yeah, not a lot of people come out here, and this spot here is absolutely sensational. You've got this gigantic bowl. It actually does look pretty big in real life, and you can just jump down there, but I'm going to trample through the BBLs here and go down. It's sort of like a ramp effect on this sand dune. It's kind of nice to walk down there. So yeah guys, this sand dune area, very spectacular, public land, not a lot of people would get in the way. As you can see, you can actually drive in here if you've got a four-wheel drive, so you do need to really getting windy up here now. If you do need to drive in here, you can. Glad I got sunglasses on because it's actually kicking up a bit of sand here. And you can drive in with your kit, whatever you need, props, actors, you name it. Not too far to walk in here though, which is the other good thing. This isn't like a super remote area. Should I just walk down there? I love the other side too. I love the shadows that those dunes cast on the sand, and it always captures my imagination every time I come here. Look at the way the sands are sort of alive, in the wind like this. It really is pretty spectacular. I'm sporting a Polaroid filter. I haven't tried rotating it to get the best light, but yeah, we're on autofocus mode, f11. We're at a pretty wide angle here, so hopefully everything's in focus. We are on the GH5. I put a bid on the GH6, by the way, just to, you know, keep talking about cameras, and bidding was at 850 Australian, and it's on eBay. I bid it up to 900. But all of the action happened, I guess, in the last 5 minutes. They ended the auction at 9 a.m, which is not a good time to finish an auction on a weekday. But yeah, it went for 1,300. This was a somewhat tidy pile of rocks, and actually kind of liked it. I don't know what the story is, if it's just, you know, people idly sort of putting them into a pile for no particularly spiritual reason or anything, but it's kind of taken on a spiritual air, this little pile of rocks. Not really exactly in the middle, but yeah, just an interesting feature here. Got sand in my mouth. So where was I? Oh yeah, GH6, like 1,300 Australian. Now that was open box. The guy reckoned he'd only taken a few test photos with it, so you know, take that at face value, I guess. And he wanted, well, I don't know what he wanted, but he got 1,300. That's only like 600 pounds. Like, it's really very cheap. That's almost GH5S pricing for a GH6. Obviously body only. Basically brand new GH6. I wasn't going to pay that much. I mean, I can't justify buying one even at that price. But I thought if I got it for 900, I could play around with it and then flip it and probably make $100 or something. It's an interesting bit of granite. You know, you see that, you think, how did that get here? So yeah, guys, this is what a spot to shoot. How's the audio? Is it terrible? Is it fucking terrible? How's the exposure? I can't even see the LCD probably because I got my sunglasses on, and it's kind of bright. But what a location! What a location! I mean, there's spots all around the world where you can find sand dunes, and you know, certainly there are plenty of films of taking advantage of this type of landscape. But you know, it's like I say, like, you've got to take advantage of the opportunities and the advantages that you have. And you know, I don't live in the city. I can't really conveniently film. Like, for me to shoot in the city, it would be a half day's drive, and that alone complicates things. If you forget something, you can't just whisk away back to the house and pick it up and come back in 10 minutes. So I guess if you're shooting a project, you really would be forced to have like a mobile setup that had all your bases covered and with a lot of redundancy. You know, spare this, spare that. But no, after I binge watching some of the my first movie failed videos, it was quite interesting just to get an idea of the kind of wall plan that you should have. I would definitely say don't aim too high. Take advantage of what you have locally. Try not to spend a lot of money. Don't worry too much about the tech. Like, I've even wondered if I should just shoot in 1080. I think I probably would go for 4K, but you know, you're sort of future-proofing it if you're shooting 4K. But yeah, like there's no need to overcomplicate. I shouldn't say there's no need, like the more detail and the effort and, you know, dare I say money you put in, probably the better film you're going to get. But at the same time, you might not get a film at all if you try too hard. Yeah. Sorry, sand's blowing through at head level. This is the trouble I have with filming. It's often windy. I'm often right on the coast, and it's like, you know, changing lenses in this environment. I remember once I kneeled down. I was on a different beach, and I put the camera in a backpack. My plan was to just change it sort of in the bag, and after I had a white supermarket bag in there, and after like 3 seconds of having the bag open, it was just full of there was a whole handful of sand in there, and you could just hear it like belting into them. I'm not changing the lens, you know. We had some high seas a few weeks ago, and the seaweed got kicked up. Hey, look at that scenery. Isn't that amazing? That's a plover, or it's actually called a lapwing. Can only see the silhouettes of the other birds. There are some crows that live around here. Oh, smells bad. I really love crows, and I've got 1 or 2 quite good photos around here. Not sure what they eat. Some of this seaweed, it's like really rotten, and you step on it and it's just like it's crispy on top, and then it's just like mush, and it smells bad. This is the Tasman Sea, folks, in the Southwest Pacific. You can swim to New Zealand if you feel like it. I should probably take this rubbish home. I just don't have anything to carry it in. Looks like someone was painting. Wouldn't make a bad photo, would it? Got a beer can over there. Now, there was another car at the car park, so somewhere around here there's some fucking people. And most people don't walk through the dunes, they just come straight down to the beach. I think filming hard up on the beach, see, like in that bowl or anywhere in the dunes, no matter what the wind's doing, you will be able to find a sheltered spot. I actually don't really like this like hard beach environment. I mean, it's here if you need it, but I just feel as if it's too exposed, it's too sunny, it's too salty, it's too windy, it's too glary. I mean, I remember it's actually just after I got the GH5, I came to this beach and was just testing it. It was one of the first times I took the camera out, and I think I had like a Polaroid filter on the kit lens, and even at f22 with the Polaroid on, it was like almost overexposed. You know, it can get so bright here, and this isn't even like a white sand beach, this is just like normal coloured sand. So look at the way the spray is being blown off the top of those waves. I don't know, this, I have to research this, but to the naked eye, like when that happens, try and get one that's a bit closer here. It's all gone quiet now, but when the spray blows off, I can see a rainbow in the spray. And once I came down here and I was just trying to film all that, just trying to work out if that's, I think that might be a person over there. Is that a person? And the rainbow effect wasn't coming out on the footage. and I think I had a Polaroid filter on. But does that make sense that a Polaroid filter would stop? Because I don't know that polarization is really a part of, I mean, isn't it just like splitting? I mean, I should know because I'm a scientist, but isn't it just the white light being broken up into its different elements by like a refraction effect? I mean, just wondering why it wasn't coming out on film, or maybe like it just wasn't saturated enough. No, I just don't feel like fucking hanging around other people here today, so hopefully though. See, the problem is they could have walked the other way. Why are they hanging around? You probably can't see them because it's such a small figure in the distance. They're sort of hanging around the dunes anyway. I'm going to walk backwards just to keep out of this fucking sand. And that's where the car is sort of over on that hill, so I'll try and make my way back here. But yeah, you got all these interesting little hollows and pathways, and just a really cool place. Doesn't mean your film is cool. I think maybe shorter is better. Like, I really have come to appreciate how important it is to get the length of a film right. That doesn't mean it has to be short. Like, I've spoken about how the Lord of the Rings movies actually do work at 3 hours. But this is actually a volcanic rock. This is pumice. I don't know why I always take it home. And it's as light as a feather. And I don't know, it's volcanic. I don't know which volcano it comes from. If it's maybe blowing over from New Zealand or something, but anyway, maybe it's an underwater volcano that produces it. You sort of randomly find pieces of it on the coast here. So anyway, guys, I might turn the camera off. This was a microphone test and just sharing the location that I'd kind of like to use in a film one day. Thanks for watching. See you later.